Hi, it's us, the Talk Slot Boys. We're back at it again with another album review. I'm your host, my name is Tyler. And as always, I'm joined by the boys. We got Brennan.
What's going on, folks?
And we've got Kyle.
Whoa, how's it going?
Guys, y'all like a sweet little man named Johnny Frank?
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
that's a good man.
I remember him from the old Attack days.
Hell yeah. And we know him currently from his weird experimental music project that has been going on for several years called Bilmuri. And we here at the Talk Slot Boys, we love ourselves some groovy vibes from the great man Bill Murray. And, today he graced us with a brand new album. It's only 6 songs long, but boy, did it touch me in all the right places. Just got all up in all of my creases and crevices. I'm filled with egg. I am a pocket filled with egg now because of this album.
That's probably
and the album is called Eggy Pocket.
Yeah. If they didn't figure that out yet, that was a really weird way to intro into what the podcast.
My pockets are full of eggs. Oh my God, Tyler, I think you're losing them.
I love the episode where Tyler refers to himself as a pocket full of egg.
I'm like one of those breakfast hot pockets,
episode.
yo. Guys, are you ready to dive into this ish? You ready to talk about this album?
Yeah, I'm trying to get balls deep.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, normally on the show, when we do our album reviews, we rank all the songs from worst to first. But before we dive into that, I just want to kind of go over our general thoughts about the album. I know we kind of started on this before we started recording, but who would like to go first? Which is talking about what they think about Eggy Pocket. Not everyone all at once, please.
It's always happens.
I want to be the nice guy and I'll go first. But
Nah, you got it this time, Brennan. You usually let me go
fair
first, so
I'll
take it away.
Take it away.
Good man.
But, it was 7 songs of, 6 if you don't count the single before, but it was just surprisingly refreshing. And I like the interdispersal of different instruments. I seriously dislike most other humans has it sounds like a fucking recorder.
Yeah, there's
During
a
the
pan
breakdown.
flute during a breakdown, which
and
I
it
thought
was
was the sickest shit.
It sounded so good.
I know.
I was driving home in my truck and I'm like, ooh, because it was the breakdown was hitting for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then he introduces it and then the breakdown goes over it. And I'm like, whoa, this is next level. Bill Murray, they don't he hasn't done this before. At least like this, but shit.
He always does weird shit that's kind of his vibe.
Yeah.
He kind of I'm assuming he kind of tries to make it where you can't really tell what genre it's supposed to be. It's just kind of its own weird realm of music, But with that comes fun shit like having a pan flute breakdown or having just creamy memes dispersed in each and every song, which we have come to know and love from him at this point. There was a meme inserted into one of the songs that I think is my favorite of all time, even surpassing the George Lucas one from the last album. But I'm gonna wait until we get into the meat of the songs before I go over that.
I don't want to, get too into it, but this might be my favorite Bill Murray album.
Wow.
I love every single song on this album. They're all bangers.
Yeah.
And for most Bill Murray albums, there are songs that I think are bangers, and then there's songs that I can just kind of vibe to. But with this album, it started and I was like, you know what? It's probably gonna be how I feel about other Bill Murray albums, where there's a couple that I like, a couple that I can dig. So I'm listening to the Cranking My Mother Living Hog first song as I'm about to listen to this album today. And I was like, this is a really great song. I really dig it. And if this is like one of the best on the album, then this is gonna be a solid album. And like everything just like ramped up from there. And I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. Like some of the instrumental stuff is like out of this world, especially for like just where like how far Bill Murray's come from like Wet Milk and Taco. I think like it's so involved all the time. I was like, wow, this is awesome. I love this.
Yeah.
So many of these songs are absolute bangers. And I mean, like, oddly enough, I don't have like a ton of notes on the whole album other than just, holy shit, this rocks. I love this.
Yeah.
Like,
it's kind of
just
my,
like the general
my feeling
vibe
on it too. Yeah.
Like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
like, props on this album, Bill Murray. It's solid.
Yeah, like you touched on the instrumentals. Like I remember, I think I saw a tweet where someone was like, "It's literally just like ones and zeros as far as like notes go." Because like a lot of his song structures previously were like very similar.
Yeah.
But this, it like breaks the mold. Like he's like incorporating a lot of different like chord progressions, and like we said, he's like throwing in a bunch of different instruments. Like I heard some saxophone, heard the pan flute. Like there's just ooh, and like you said, there's memes. It's like Bill Murray, but like more so.
Yeah, it's like he definitely he stuck to the same sound that you expect from him at this point, but he's managed to like kind of evolve it and like take it to the next level and just make it better, which, you know, and he's been hyping this album up for like a solid year at this point. You know, he I think he started it in like when quarantine started. And I saw like on his social media he was like talking it up like, this is the greatest shit I've ever written. And I was like, you know, I hope you're right, but you know, that's a lot of hype. And it lived up to the hype. He was not wrong, actually.
It's a shame that a lot of bands say that.
Yeah, I know. Like I've been wronged before by other bands, but you know, Bill Murray lived up to the hype. And very, very happy about it.
For sure, man.
Cool. Well, you wanna dive into ranking these songs, my guys?
Hell yeah. You want to list off those songs in order of which they appear on the album as we do customary to every episode of this podcast?
I sure heckin' would, my good buddy Kyle.
Great. Good.
So also, as you're gonna see, if you haven't looked up the song titles for this album, I like to think that this is hands down just the album full of the best song titles of the year.
Facts.
Yeah.
So good. Even for Bill Murray standards, this is like next level shit. And he always has great names for his songs. So first up, we have Absolutely Cranking My Motherfucking Hog, as previously discussed. Second is I Seriously Dislike Most Other Humans, followed by Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews.
That might be one of the best names of all time.
I know. I think it's my favorite song title ever. Next is Post Almond Clarity.
That's my personal fave.
Post
right
Nut
there.
Clarity.
Yeah, that one. That title is so good.
Next up is Fluoride in the Hard Seltzer Water, which I believe is a reference to Limp Bizkit.
Is it?
Because didn't he have like he had an album called like...
Oh, it's called Chocolate Starfish in the Hot Dog Flavored Water.
Yeah. Which I'm thinking that might be a reference to that, but I'm not sure.
I mean, that's epic. I mean, I was thinking maybe like Alka-Seltzer or whatever.
You know, that might
lore.
be it too. There's a lot of ways to go, and now I'm just
Limp
curious.
Bizkit. That's crazy. Like I'm trying to think of like, how you came up with
he
that.
is. You know, it'd be fitting.
Yeah.
Anyway, next song is Lift Stone Make Sad Head Voice Quiet. And then Egg is the final song.
Egg.
So
Egg, but it's all spaced out.
Yep. Lots of great song names. But unfortunately, being the objective people we are, we can't factor in the name as part of the judging process. Otherwise, I think Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews would be number one, just based on the name.
Hands down.
But there's much more of these songs than just dope-ass names. Boys, it's time for the hardest part of the episode. What goes last? What are we ranking as the worst song on the album? Because I don't have a clue. I like all of the songs. I think I have an idea of what I want to be at the top. I don't know what should be at the bottom.
This one's fucking tough.
I know.
know.
Like, I legitimately have no idea what should go at the bottom. They're all really good.
It sucks because, like, this album is, like, half the length of a normal album that we would normally do a ranking for. So, like, this, like, automatically puts us into hard decision-making territory. Whereas normally, we would have 6 songs before we got to this point.
Yeah, usually we have like half the album as throwaways.
Yeah.
And then like the top 6 or 7 songs is like where we start hitting like murky waters.
Right.
Yeah, he really cut out the bullshit in this one. He just like, here are
Yeah.
all of the bangers that I've written.
I'm just giving you 7 good songs.
Part of me wants to say absolutely cranking my motherfucking hog, but I don't know.
I don't know.
Fuck.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean-
but then is that just me being like having fatigue since it's, you know, it was a single and I listened to it a bunch? Like,
no, honestly, my brain is kind of going to the same area. Like I don't know. I don't think it's because we're like fatigued from the song. I really don't have too many notes about that one compared to some of the other ones.
Same,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's like it's a really, really good song. It's got the Taco Bell sound effect, and I mean that alone.
yeah, it has like
It
a
makes
public
it
service
incredible.
announcement.
Yeah.
And that guitar solo was insane. Second best guitar solo on the album.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
There's one
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
comes
like
later.
that's the thing. Like to me, it just feels like we harp on this all the time, where songs feel kind of safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying that the song is like safe compared to other artists, but compared to the rest of this album, it feels probably like the safest song.
Yeah, honestly, I can kind of get behind that. Like it does.
I mean,
I don't think it breaks the mold as much as some of these other songs on the album. It is very standard Bill Murray. It's not to say that's not to say that it doesn't bring a lot to the table. Just I think the other songs offer a little bit more extra stuff, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like hinted at it when I was like giving my like overall feelings for like this song, and then I was like, this song's really awesome, and like as a single to come out and then like ramp up from here is really impressive because the song is like that good. Like it is just an all around great song with memes, with great instrumentals, with great vocals. But like I feel like it might partially be fatigue, but not so much as like some other albums where like the single comes out and then you're fatigued. Because like I did listen to the song a good bit, and it still hits just as hard. But I don't know, like I said, it just ramps up from there, and it's a good place to start. This might be like the best bottom spot song we've ever put in an album ranking.
I know, right?
Like, it is really great.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
fact that
God.
like this is the bottom spot just goes to show how great the rest of the album really is. Like, this is not a disservice to this song at all, but more of like just proof that the rest of the album slaps super hard.
Yeah, so we locking it in then?
Yeah, I guess we're gonna lock that in.
Let's do it.
Unfortunately,
Absolutely
yeah.
cranking my motherfucking hog is number 7 out of 7.
I love that
Uh,
title.
I know, right?
They're all fucking bangers, man.
They're all
This
pretty
is-
great.
Everything about this album just hits so good. Like this was just
I,
such a pleasing album.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think I have an idea of what I want to be next.
Okay, I have a kind of an inkling too, so I'm curious to see what you
Okay.
say.
Well, now I want to hear what you have to say before I.
Well, but
say.
you started it, so I guess you got to go first, huh?
Well, that's pretty lame, but I guess that's fair.
I'll be lame.
I was thinking maybe next could be Lift Stone Make Said Head Voice Quiet. Possibly. I like that song.
Oh,
The breakdowns are nasty. I
Yeah.
would say that like the main thing that caught me in that song is just the end, because it's like nasty breakdown, breaks down into an even nastier breakdown, hits you with the blah, and then
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
flute carries you out. It's
honestly, that song is really cool because like I remember like when I was listening to it this morning, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, this is a pretty chill song, honestly. Like I'm really digging this. And then like the fucking like drums come in like in the first chorus and you're just like,
yeah.
it's got like a drive to it while it's chill and I'm really digging it. And then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, he dropped the hammer. This is and then like it all of a sudden just goes so hard and like my notes were like chill vibe, powerful but still holding that chill vibe. Oh, it's gone and just I was just so shocked. I mean like that shock factor
like
really got me good.
He just drops the hammer and then picks up a bigger hammer and drops that on the first hammer, and then flute solo just carries you away into the night sky.
I really dig that song, but I could see what you're saying because I don't think it's as because I had said it before it was that like this whole album is really involved, and I do think that song's pretty like the beginning's chill, the ending's really heavy, and it's really good and really well done. But I think some of these other songs on here are really just like this huge flowing like symphony of Bilmuri. I don't know. It's also hard though, like, cause. Well, do you want to know what song I had kind of thought about coming up soon?
Sure.
So I mean, it's a great song. I don't have a lot of notes on it. But it is Egg, the last song. I think it's a really great song, but I think that it's got a great vibe. The guitar solo goes even harder than that one from the first song on the album. And overall, it's a really solid album ender. It kind of is a really nice bookend, like the first song and last song of this album, because I think they both aren't like super out of left field. They're both very much in his wheelhouse, and he really kills that vibe really hard in both. But I also don't think that like either of them are like the greatest things. But
yeah, no, I can agree with that. I think Egg is another safer song, just in comparison to the rest of the album. Obviously it's still really fucking weird, but yeah, I don't know. That's tough. I definitely think that these two should be the next two spots.
What do you think, Brennan?
I would definitely put Lift Heavy Stone, Make Sad Head Voice Quiet over Egg.
Over Egg. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd put Egg next, and then I really like Lift Heavy Stone, Make Sad Head Voice Quiet. I think it's just a solid track.
Mm-hmm.
However, a lot like pretty much every other song that's left has like more going on.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
Yeah, like subjectively, I think Lift Heavy Stone, Make Sad Head Voice Quiet is a better song than some of these others, but objectively and how we've judged things in the past, I think it's after Egg.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like this
I can
album,
get behind that.
They're all like such solid songs overall that like our own feelings about them are going to come into play a lot more. Because I kind of had a feeling you were going to like Lift Stone, Sad Voice, Quiet, whatever. I did abbreviations of all of them in my notes. I have My Hog. I have Dislike Humans. I have Smash Brews. And then I put Nut. And then I put Fluoride Seltzer, and then Lift Stone Voice Quiet, and then Egg. So I don't have the full list of the titles here with me. So, but I do love just like really serious conversation, and then Brennan listing off the full stupid title of the song in the middle of it. It's really great. But yeah, no, I think that I had a feeling that you were gonna probably pick that because I think it. Like from what I understand of your taste, I feel like that one was you were gonna prefer it a little bit more.
Yeah,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, that one's definitely more in my wheelhouse than Egg. I mean, I like Egg. I think that you guys hit the nail right on the head that like this album's like bookended very well, but it's bookended safely in my opinion.
Yeah,
and that's that's not dissing Egg or My Hog at all, but.
Not to diss on My Hog, but
diss my fucking hog.
What a great album to talk about.
Well, before we lock this in, I think we should kind of talk about Egg a little bit more, just to kind of give it some credit for what it actually does.
Yeah.
The few things that stood out to me in particular, I kind of liked how at the beginning, like the main beat of the song is just like a clock ticking, like underneath the actual instrumentals.
Yeah.
I thought that was like a really interesting Bill Murray-esque choice that just fit really well. The vocal mixing with like the pitch shifting and like the layering of his vocals on top of each other was really cool.
I noticed he did that a good bit in this album, like specifically at the beginning of songs. He would like intro a song with like the like pitch shifted voice stuff.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, he did that like super hard at the beginning of Hog. Like it was like really crazy pitch shifting stuff. And this one he just kind of like took that same thing but made it the chorus. I thought it just sounded really fucking cool. And also, you know, we talked about the one song had the second best guitar solo. Well, this one has the best guitar solo.
This solo goes so hard, bro.
Oh, I know. It's just the music completely cuts out for a split second, and then it comes back in with just like shred white and blue. And I'm like, man, that is a guitar solo if I've ever heard one.
I mean, I just think it's a solid fucking song, dude. I mean, like I said it before, like I don't have a lot of notes on it personally because like I'm really glad you mentioned the clock ticking because I totally like just forgot to put that down. But that like, you know, there's a lot of times on the internet where people like talk about like how some people hear like music and things that they shouldn't. Like I feel like Bill Murray's one of those people that takes that to the next level. Like there's just so many random times where he adds like little sounds into things. Like the fact that the Taco Bell like ding matched the one note and he just was like, oh yeah, a Taco Bell bell. It's a meme. I'll throw it in there. Like he just hears that and it fits because like it's Bill Murray. Like, and it's really cool. I really appreciate stuff like that. Ironically, those two songs are the bottom two songs on the list. That has nothing to do with anything, but
just worked out that way. It's chill.
Just works out that way, you know.
Yeah.
But
I guess to echo that, I mean, he likes to leave like little like Easter eggs.
Yeah, eggs.
Easter eggs.
Am I good?
Brennan, what were you thinking about? What order we should put them in?
Oh, absolutely! Crank my hog. Egg, and then lift heavy stone, make side head voice quiet.
Okay, I just want to double check. Yeah, I'm down with this.
Yeah,
I'm down.
I'm definitely down with that too. Was there anything else we wanted to touch on lift stone before we moved on from it? I feel like the breakdown was like the most important nugget from that.
Yeah, that sure. I like the chord progression, like with the intro, and I guess he carries it back in the chorus. I mean, it's probably what like leans me more towards the song.
Sure.
Because like I said, I mean, like before, it's just like one and open note. Like it's pretty much like the predominant like force behind his like songs. But like in this album, he like, you know, broke open the piggy bank and bust out some new shit.
Yeah.
So I dig it.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess we're already into the final four.
Yeah, that was
fastest this has ever happened in the history.
Helps that it's like the shortest album we've ever done. So
yeah, it was a long journey getting here.
Yeah, I feel like I've aged many days.
Yeah. So I think I know what I want to be next, but
okay,
I want to know if any of you have ideas of what you want next before I say anything.
Blue.
Brennan, what do you think? Because we've been throwing a lot of shit on the chopping block.
Oh man, this is tough. I really don't know.
Because I'm also leaning away a little bit.
Okay. Do you want me? Should I just go for it? Should I just say what I'm feeling?
I mean, if you'd like, I can throw it out there first this time because I made you go first last time.
Okay. No, if you have an idea of what you want to be next, throw it out there.
I feel less confident about this as I did when I said egg. Because this song is a slap. These are my four favorite songs of the album.
Yeah,
these
same.
Are the ones definitely stood out the most. There is one that I think is a little bit weaker when I think about it like objectively and Bill Murray wise and
same.
It's the Dislike Humans
Yes,
song.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
we're on the
cool.
same page,
When
Kyle.
does this happen?
It
What
never
the heck?
happens, but it's happening today.
And it really is only because there's not a lot of synthiness to it, like EDM-y stuff in it. Like it's very more like rock heaviness and like
Yeah.
stuff going on. It's still awesome that he does the recorder breakdown at the end. I think that's really awesome. Like, it's one of the coolest moments on the album. But I think that like that moment is the thing that I love about that song the most, and I don't think that like ending moment beats out these other three for me.
Yeah, I can mirror that exact same sentiment. I mean, I think that it's cool that he has a song on this album that's just 100% like anger and angst.
Yeah,
And it's just all like unclean vocals, and it's just it really like just tonally matches the name of the song, and like I respect the fuck out of that. And it's really well done. I really enjoy it, and you know, like the fucking flute breakdown is just it's the dumbest and most beautiful shit I've ever heard in my life, and I can't get over how incredible that is. But yeah, I think that the other three songs are just better, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the thing I will say about this song a lot, and the reason why I was a little hesitant to say it too, other than the fact that I think it does slap in the recorder ending, is that this song kind of breaks up that, because like my thing with a lot of Bilmuri albums, Brennan, you mentioned this before, is it's kind of one note at times, where it's kind of like the same kind of thing, like just kind of like danced on, you know. He throws memes in to kind of give it variety, but like the general like tone of the songs are a lot, you know, more EDM heavy with like choruses that have that rockiness, and then like some screamy stuff maybe. Like he doesn't really branch out of that much, but like this song shows that he can do other stuff well too, you know.
Yeah.
And not that I ever doubted it, but like the fact that it kind of like breaks up and like gives it a little bit more variety, I really love about like the way he just composed the whole album, like as a whole, you know.
I mean, I will say I'm pretty sure in like his really really old stuff there was a lot more unclean vocals, and stuff that sounded like this. I don't really listen to the super old stuff.
Yeah, I've never listened to
enough
stuff, so.
to like I haven't in years. So like, you know, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I remember like my first exposure to Bilmuri, like way back when like it was first a thing. I remember it sounding a lot more aggressive. So it might have been like harkening back to that in a way, but yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Brennan, what you thinking? We've been talking for a hot minute.
Mean, Tyler's right. Like there are, I can't remember exactly what songs, but like some of his older stuff is more in this vein of I seriously dislike most other humans, and I feel like in a lot of releases in between, he like vastly got away from that. I mean, like he has like moments like if you listen to like top 10 most brutal breakdowns of 2047, like I think that's it. He has like a bit of a breakdown, and then even if you talk about like thickly, he has a breakdown, but it's like that's like the only part of the song that's like that.
Right.
And then the rest of it's all, like I said, it's just one notes and open notes. Like that's like that's like his entire thing,
kinda.
plus like some memes and synth. Like I don't know, but like absolutely cranking my motherfucking hog was like a bit different, but then this song was like totally different than like his most recent releases.
Yeah,
and I think maybe that's why I gravitate towards this song a lot.
Fair.
I mean, because I mean, the fucking breakdown at the end, like with the pan flute, like
it's incredible. It's
I love how
it's
he's
life
breaking it
changing.
down. Yeah, like they break it down, and then it's just the pan flute. And then he like screams, and then it drops again, and it's like the guitar like with the pan flute. It's like, ooh, like
yeah,
for a dude that's not really like brutal, like this is brutal.
Yeah,
like it just adds like a new dimension of like heaviness to, you know, an already like pretty sick riffing breakdown.
Just the fact that like somebody could even think of that as a concept, let alone make it sound good, is just like paradigm shifting, like earth shattering craziness to me.
Yeah, no, I'm saying.
I will never get over the fucking pan flute breakdown ever in my life. I will never get over it.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, like the first time I listened to it, I'm like, whoa, like I need to listen to the song again.
Yeah,
like, and then I did that to like a good chunk of the album, where like I listened to it and I'm like, that deserves another listen, and just
replayed it. It's so complex, some of these songs, that you do have to listen to it more than once. I did that with like
definitely
almost every song on this album. I might have done it with every song on this album, actually.
Yeah.
I it was just like I need to experience it once more, and I just
Yeah.
went back and did it again.
Same. I think I listened to the album like 4 times today in preparation for this. So
Yeah. Deserving.
Yeah.
It's deserving.
Yeah, I was looking for all the Easter eggs at the end.
yeah.
It's a good way to
Biggie
describe. Yeah, it's just I'm hunting for Easter eggs in this album. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm looking for Easter eggs in Eggy Pocket.
Ha.
Hell yeah.
I get it. Good one.
Damn, Tyler, took you a minute.
Anyway, we're on to the top 3. Wow, we
Whoa.
made it
We made it here.
Gosh.
in
This is
under an
great.
hour. This is just, oh my gosh. The masses will love this. We
know.
might get this under an hour, which is what everyone has always wanted. So
I need you guys
Now-
to guide me on this because I
Yeah.
legitimately have no clue. Do you guys have
I-
any kind of way to discern?
I'm gonna need a second to think. These are my 3 favorite songs on the album, and I
Same.
think that we can all agree on that. There is one that I think is the best, but I don't necessarily want to start talking about the number 1 song first.
I mean, we end up doing that sometimes, but
Yeah, I really think that "Florida and the Hard Seltzer Water" is the best song on the album.
I have the most notes for it. And as much as the other 2 songs I adore, I think there's just so much going on with the Fluoride Hard Seltzer song that it blew my mind, honestly, when I was listening to it. Because,
Yeah.
there's just... It made me put a note down that, is a general thing that I feel about Bilmuri, but this song, shows it off so well. And it's... I talked about, their ability to flow from, the EDM synthiness to the heaviness and back and forth so effortlessly and make it all connect in a way that it definitely shouldn't, but it does. The way that, because, it's very much the verses are more synthy EDM-y, and then the choruses are a little bit heavier throughout the majority of the song. And, it just flows so well. It blows my mind. And some of the transitions between shit was wild. I don't know exactly. I think it was more like a synth thing that happened. But there's some crazy beats happening that are matching the vocals, and it was whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's just
Yeah.
the start of my notes for this song, because this song blows my mind. I don't know.
But, I mean, like you're saying about the crazy instrumentals and shit, specifically at the end of the second chorus when it goes into this, or at the end of the second verse when it goes into the second chorus,
yeah.
it just does this fucking wild transition, and it just makes it hit so much harder. And I was like, damn, Johnny Frank is talented.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I'm guessing this is also the meme in the song that you like the most.
Yes. This is
Yeah.
the greatest breakdown start. So, as everyone knows who watches this channel or knows me and Brennan personally, we love just insane breakdown starters. I am gonna say right now, put it in the fucking in the books. This is my favorite breakdown starter of all time ever. Probably will never be beaten. It's goddamn Macho Man Randy Savage. No one will ever be able to top that ever. It's so dank,
Man.
and I love it.
Good cream rises to the top.
Well, it's not even just that. It'd be one thing if there was just a Macho Man Randy Savage clip in a.
But he had
Bill Murray
a
song.
mini.
That's one.
He had
thing.
a mini
But then-
monologue.
Yeah, but then it's also at the beginning of a breakdown, so that it's twofold, and then it's threefold because he doesn't just stop at the fucking Macho Man meme. When he's about to say Macho Man Randy Savage, it cuts out and it says Macho Man Bill Murray, and then just to bring it all together, who comes out to do the breakdown but my sweet boy John Mess? It's everything I could ever want in a fucking breakdown. I love it.
Yeah, it is incredible. I was laughing my ass off the entire time while also being enthralled because it's incredible. But the weird, awkward pause that's just a little too long right after it goes Bill Murray,
Yeah.
and then it goes into the John Mess part. I was just all right, in the best way.
Yeah, it made it better somehow.
Yeah, and then the harmony in the final verse is incredible. I fucking love it. And
their voices just blend. Like who did the vocal feature on that? Was it like Dayseeker?
Yeah, Dayseeker.
It's Rory Rodriguez from Dayseeker.
Okay, yeah, because like his voice and Johnny Frank's voices just work really well together. They just blend like super nicely. And then, having that going on, and then at the end, tossing in John Mess like very quietly underneath it to like round it out.
Mm-hmm.
Just like so good. So good. I think I've listened to that song more than I've listened to any other song on the album, just because like there's too much to like about it. It just does so many things so well, and it just like comes at you out of left field in so many different ways, in so many good ways. And just, man,
yes,
what a well-crafted song. Holy shit.
So this song. Oh yeah, go ahead, Brennan. What you got?
I was going to be upset if this wasn't number one.
Good. I would have been
up,
too.
Like I was at work. Like I totally I knew we were gonna have a recording or a review and ranking. I thought it was Thursday because I forgot this album came out today, like this morning.
Yeah.
And I saw on Twitter that people were talking about the John Mess feature. And I was like, wait a minute. John Mess is in Bilmuri? And then like I looked it up and I saw like, Dayseeker, which of course is their singer Rory Rodriguez is like on the track, and I'm like, whoa, like this is fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
And like the first time I listened to it, like I was just like so mind blown. I'm like, dude, like Bill Murray with the screaming vocalist of DGD, my favorite band, and then of course the vocalist of Dayseeker, which he actually had a really nice feature also.
For sure.
Yeah.
You really impressed me. I don't know Dayseeker, but I really liked it.
Their one album is incredible.
They did features on the Bill Murray and Friends album. They did a song on there.
Oh, did they? Which one did they do?
Yeah, I don't remember, but
I can find out.
Did. I want to say it was Fuck 'Em Lonely. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was a really... Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the song, like I said, like Tyler said, we are massive fans of breakdown openers, and Macho Man Bill Murray is probably the champion at the moment. I mean, Tyler claims that nothing will ever beat it. I think something could. However, it is a monumental mountain to surpass to scale. I mean, this. Oh my! It had everything. Like John Mess had like pitch screams where he was like hitting notes, and I mean, like you guys said, like him and Rory were like laying on top of each other, and it like just gelled so fucking well.
The stars aligned and made this beautiful song. Like,
I mean,
I never thought this would happen the way that it did, and then it did, and I'm ever grateful for this gift you've placed upon my Eggy pocket, Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I was legit, like, when I got home before we started recording this, I was going to be pissed if this wasn't
yeah, I was in the same mindset, so I'm glad that none of us had to fight for that to happen. We're all in the same wavelength completely.
When does this ever happen? This is crazy.
Never. This is like one of the only times that it's ever happened. Probably one of the only times that ever will. I mean,
yeah. Well, that leaves 2 and 3.
Yeah, at least 2 and 3. So, does anybody have a preference on what should be 2 and what should be 3 between Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews and Post Almond Clarity? I think I have a preference.
I mean, Post Almond Clarity has sax. So
yes, it does have sax.
There is that.
So I obviously am gonna vote for that to be number 2, but
I think that something that like all 3 of these top 3 songs do that like I really noticed it was like the drumming in them were like a little bit more pronounced. I think like especially the way that it would like specifically in these 2 songs, Post Almond Clarity and Smash Brew Lawn Care Dad People. It was everything would cut out and the drums would just like hit. and just like in the like most unpredictable ways, and I loved it. And it would just go so well into the chorus or whatever it was going into. I have like specifically drums are incredible for both of these songs, like as big notes. Yeah, I don't know. These two are very close for me. I really.
Yeah. Well, before we rank them, let's just have an open discussion about both of them.
Okay.
So I guess let's start with Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews. Let's just go over our notes, have a nice, fun conversation about why this song rocks my socks off, or our socks off collectively.
A collective socks.
Yeah, a collective sock rock and rock and sock.
All six of our socks are totally off our feet.
I think that like the thing that stands out the most to me about Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews, I will say the full song title every time because I love it.
You got to smash those brews, bro.
I kind of really like how the song just has a very unique vibe to it, I think, compared to the rest of the album. Bilmuri is kind of known for having some like more depressive songs, I think this one is interesting because like lyrically and tonally it is kind of a sad, depressing, angsty song, but like the instrumentals somehow manage to like complement that and also be like more upbeat and like driving as well. It's a really unique blend. I don't even like fully know how to describe it, but like I think that is like mainly what made it stick out to me, because it's not, at least in my opinion, it doesn't sound like standard Bilmuri formula. It kind of sounds like a unique beast of a song where it's just kind of these two like the instrumentals are kind of giving off a different vibe than like the vocals, but somehow they mesh together and it just creates this whole new thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you, as we say many times in this podcast, I'm realizing you really hit the nail on the head, Tyler. That like it kind of is unique for them in the fact that not only is it like, the instrumentals and like the vocals and everything kind of like work but don't, but it also has like a building to it that he doesn't really do in a lot of his songs. Like a lot of the time with Bilmuri music, it's sensory overload kind of with like all the stuff that he gives you. Whereas this one, it starts very chill with like the tuned voice, and then it's really just him singing with like a very light beat under it that kind of builds up. The second chorus finally gets more like the guitars and the drums to it, and then by the end, it's like really built up with like head banging, just like some screaming in there. Like it's a really good like overall build, and then like at the end it has those tuned vocals again to kind of like bring it all together. Like it's like just a really well crafted fucking song, dude. I also, it has like, I don't know why, because I don't think it necessarily is the song with the best vocals, but this one really stood out to me vocally. And maybe it's because it was a little bit more exposed overall is why I'm feeling that way. But like vocally, I think his voice is really just like pierces through this song, man. It really hit me in a little bit of a different way. Only other one that I can compare it to are the other two left, as far as like comparison vocally. But
sure,
yeah, this song is just all around a banger, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Brennan, how you feeling?
Oh boy, about how you guys
Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews. I said the whole name that time.
Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews. I mean, like you guys said, I don't feel like the vocals and the music like clash, but they are like different, and the vocals are like pronounced more.
Yeah.
And I think that adds a really interesting and like unique flair to the song, because I mean, like his vocal performance in it is like really solid, and it's like different. Like I don't really know how to like describe it, but it does like kind of set the tone. Oh man, it's a damn good song though.
Yeah, for sure. And I
It's a
mean,
little bit
Kyle,
more
like you were
raw.
saying, like like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
vocals just seem a lot more like pronounced and raw, like you were saying, like, yeah, I don't. It's just good. Like I mean, it really
Yeah.
is just a good ass song.
It's wild because like every single song on this album, I just feel like when I talk about them, I just go, "Damn, it's just good." Like,
Yeah,
like
like-
this is a rarity for me because like often there are songs that kind of jump out to me on an album where I just like I'm more often to skip over. There is legitimately not a song on this album that I could ever see myself skipping, and that's a massive achievement for them.
Yeah,
You know, in crafting an album like this. Like I said, maybe they really did just cut out the bullshit. They were just like, these are the songs that people are gonna fucking bang to. Like this
Yeah.
is gonna be the solid 7, and it's gonna be great because that's how it feels.
Yeah.
for real. And speaking of bangers,
Post-Almond
let's talk
Clarity.
about Post Almond Clarity, which has a fucking saxophone in the chorus, and it's so good. And like,
It gets me good. You know, a good
my
saxophone
God.
gets me good, Tyler.
oh yeah,
It's good.
I was not expecting it at all, and it's not the first time he's had saxophone in his songs before, so I don't know why it caught me so off guard. But like, it felt like it just came out of nowhere, and I was like totally okay with it. It was like a saxophone player just kicked down my door while I was sleeping, but instead of being like pissed and scared, I just welcomed it with open arms. And it's good. It works so well. I don't think I've ever disliked saxophone in a song, to be fair.
Facts.
But
The immaculate instrument. Nothing can be
yeah,
wrong.
for real. I mean, it works with every genre. Apparently. I don't know, man. This
Yeah,
song
like-
is just
Like I felt like in the chorus, like Shrezzers just popped out, and, like fucking like,
right.
just added to it, like, because it's like it's totally unnecessary, but like it's incredible that he added it,
Yeah.
and it just adds so much like soul to the tune because it's just like in the chorus, like, ooh, man, fucking just like I said, just Shrezzers like pops off for a second, like hits it real quick, and then,
Right. Pretty
Oh,
much what it
man.
felt like. And like, I don't know, it just even starting off, the song opens with just like the sickest, catchiest beat ever, and then just immediately drops off into like pure ambiance and vocals before it like actually gets into the chorus. Like the song throws you around into like a lot of different areas. But somehow they all just kind of work together. And just make the song a more dynamic experience as opposed to a more like one note song, you know? I just really appreciated the fact that this song tried to kind of be all over the place. And it executed it in like a really effective way and not a way that was like just off-putting, you know, because sometimes when like songs try to go into too many different places and do all that stuff, it doesn't always work out that well. But I think with this, it's just perfectly done, and I love it, and I cannot stop listening to it.
No, for sure.
Whenever you said that like songs try to go like a lot of different places, it reminded me when Ron Swanson said, "Don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one,"
Yeah,
because like, yeah, the song tries to go like many different places, but like it pulls them all off.
right. Which is
And-
like definitely
Yes.
nothing to take lightly, because that is a very, like you're saying, you know, it's a really big thing to pull off. I was gonna word
Really-
that differently, but
you
like
brought that home. You
Well,
really
it's like
did.
it's
You-
like a
my
yeah,
extra
it's
chromosome
like- it's
popped
like
out there
a-
for a second. I couldn't think of a way to word that.
it's like a balancing act.
yeah.
'Cause-
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I mean, like Like 1 second it's like a rock song, the next second like it's real like ambiance, and then like the chorus hits and it's just like, ooh, like saxophone, like
Yeah.
one
And then
of
there's
like
a
the
fucking
tastiest
breakdown at
instruments
the
ever.
end too. Like
Yeah,
it's
and I
just
mean
it does
it's
everything.
basic, but it
honestly.
like yeah, it's a basic breakdown, but like it just like it ties all the loose ends.
yeah,
I mean,
like,
I'm not saying that in like loose ends are like a bad thing in this case, but like it just like brings it all together.
yeah, it just like it covers all its bases and like it just manages to do it in a way where everything feels like it belongs in the song. And that's just a really
Yes.
impressive thing to pull off.
I think,
And honestly, I think because of that, after talking about these two songs, I think that Post Almond Clarity should be number 2. Personally,
I mean, I'm leaning that way too, because like the main thing I'm thinking of, because like I mentioned that it was like a constant building in the Dad's Bruce was was like there's like a constant building, and it's a really awesome like kind of vibe that he really doesn't do a ton, that like was really cool. But this one, we often say it, but this one's more like a roller coaster. But instead of like your typical roller coaster where it kind of goes up and down and has like those highs and lows, it like veers off to the right, fucking loop-de-loops. There's like a flaming like hoop that you jump through, like it's just like all over the fucking place. And it ends with just like the car stops and then the car just starts fucking shaking like crazy, but then everyone starts clapping syncopatedly for some reason. Like it works.
right? Yeah, there is like the weird syncopated claps at the end too. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
forgot
love
about
it's
that.
just like he hears that in it, and it like works, and it's not you don't do that, and he did it, and it worked, and it's impressive as fuck. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Post Almond
Yeah.
Clarity being number 2 as well, because like they're both awesome for what they do, but I think just like the spectacle that that Post Almond Clarity is just like gives me the edge over Dad Bruise.
Yeah, I think while Dad Bruise is a good song, like Post Almond Clarity and Florid in the Hard Seltzer Water, like make me realize that Johnny Frank is a true musical genius.
Facts.
And
that's really well
like,
said, actually.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, like the fact that you can come up with any of this shit is just mind blowing. The album as a whole is really just a testament to that. But those two songs in particular, good lord, the dude is insane in the best way. And I love it. He's so freaking talented.
Man.
So does this mean we're done? Did we do an album ranking in like an hour? That's like unheard of.
Brennan, do you have any other like thoughts on the two songs compared? Because Tyler and I kind of just gushed for a hot minute about Johnny Frank being a beautiful man. So
no, and I agree. I totally agree. I think that, I mean, his last couple of like releases, I mean, like Murray and Friends, I don't really count because that's more like just covers.
But it was so good.
I mean, it was really good, but like he fell like for me, he fell into kind of like a pattern, and I feel like these 7 songs, I mean, except for like My Hog and Egg, somewhat, but like the other 5 songs just like completely broke the mold, and I feel like he's being much more of like a diverse musician, and he's like opening up the playbook.
Yeah,
I love it, man.
definitely feel that.
So fuck yeah, dude. I mean, solid work. I really can't. I really can't wait to see what he does in the future, because this is cool. I think that, you know, if he brings like more features on, like John Mess, like I would have never thought John Mess would be in a fucking Bill Murray song.
No, me neither. I mean, I guess it makes sense though, since Bill Murray was in a DGD song on Afterburner.
I kind of forgot about that. That was that feels like an
Antillion did a feature for him and Bill
Murray
and Friends.
So,
it's true.
Yeah.
Facts. I don't know, man. This album, like,
didn't he also do a feature on Rich Sips? Where it's like the Murray with human hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right.
yeah,
He did.
yeah. You're right.
I forgot. I don't know how I forgot about that, but yeah. So yeah, Tillion's did 2 covers.
Yeah, I feel like I said at the beginning, and I'm just gonna end this. I'm gonna say it again because like this album impressed the fuck out of me. Like It is my favorite Bill Murray album, and in comparison to like other artists, when you see like them kind of start to go into a new direction, usually that first transitional album is kind of like, all right, let's see what happens next. But like this one hit it so well. Like he's like getting this more like complex, like lots of shit going on, not afraid to like kind of change it up a little bit more. Because like up until this point, Bill Murray's been this band where like I think all the songs are a good vibe. I chill with them. Some of them stand out a little bit more, and the memes are funny. But like he's finding a way to make like just heighten that. Like he graduated from music making school, and now he has a fucking degree in it, and it's incredible. And I like it just gets me so fucking psyched for the rest of Bill Murray's future, like what they have next, because like this one was already incredible. So like where does it go now? Like holy shit! I'm so pumped. Like this album, it really got me going, man. This was good. Oh.
Same, dude. I like Eggy Pocket. There's a good chance that it could be in like my top 5 albums of the year.
Like, I 100% agree. I didn't expect it.
Yeah. There's a lot of good albums that have come out this year, so that is really saying something.
No, seriously.
It's not in my top 5, but it surprised the fuck out of me. And
yeah.
I'm not as big a Bill Murray fan as Tyler is, but like this album is definitely like pointing me in that direction.
Hell yeah, man.
Feels like we got on the boat at the right time. Like this we're going now. We're moving.
Yeah.
We're cooking with eggs now,
the
baby.
best time to hop on the Bill Murray meme train.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, we've done it. Want to do we're going to do a little recap, and then we're going to send y'all home. So at number 7, we have Absolutely Crankin' My Motherfucking Hog. Number 6, Egg. Number 5, Lift Stone Makes Sad Head Voice Quiet. Number 4, I Seriously Dislike Most Other Humans. Number 3, Midwest Lawn Care Dads Who Smash Brews. Number 2, Post Almond Clarity. And number 1, home of the greatest breakdown starter to ever grace humanity, Fluoride in the Hard Seltzer Water.
Damn.
What a fucking album, man.
Man.
It was a short episode, and it was a great album, and we agreed.
Wow!
Pretty much,
everything.
yeah.
It's a miracle of an episode. I never thought we would ever have any of those things happen, let alone in one episode.
Like we literally had like no conflict whatsoever.
No, I think this was like the easiest one we've done since To Better Days.
Yeah.
I think that was the only other one there was no arguments at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, every single other one there was at least 1 or 2 songs that we were like
there will always be
disagreement.
like the great pink elephant debacle of 2020 that will go down in history as like our lowest point.
That sounds so terrible.
Let's just name like the top 3, and then all 3 of us had a different top 3.
We're all like, fuck, dude, I don't know.
Which if you have not heard that episode, go check that shit out.
Yes.
We basically hit deadlock and stalemate.
That was
for like a solid 20 minutes.
That was a rough one. And speaking of watching some of our other stuff, if you want to watch all of our other stuff, why don't you head on over to our channel, The Talks a Lot Boys, and go watch some of our other podcasts. We've done other album reviews and song rankings. We've done it for pretty much every Tillian era DGD album so far. A few other albums that have dropped this year. It's a good time. We fucking love making these. We also do other stuff like we have our monthly podcast, This Month in Music, where we talk about the new releases for all the bands and artists that we listen to. That's a good time also. Nobody watches those. You can help change that. And we have the Tippity Top podcast, where we just come up with our personal top 5 lists of random various pop culture-y topics. And we got some other new shows in the works too that might come out eventually when I have time. Anyway, if you wanna find out when any of that stuff's gonna be dropping, you can do that by clicking that big little old medium-sized subscribe button and ringing that bell.
What size is it, Tyler? Tell me. I don't. I'm conflicted. What size is the subscribe button?
Whatever. It varies depending on the device you're using, but click it anyway and ring the bell, and then you'll know when stuff gets released, and that would help us out a lot, because whenever our subscriber number goes up by 1, I look at it and I go,
It makes my day, honestly.
Yeah, it really does. Honestly, it's dumb, but like anytime I see the sub count be up by like 1, I'm like, oh my god,
Another
person did the thing. That's cool.
We're also at 66 subscribers, so you know what that means. 3 people that are watching that aren't subscribed.
Oh yeah,
Time to make the funny number. Okay, come on, guys.
Can we start a fucking social media campaign called #MakeTheFunnyNumber happen?
Nice.
T-tab funny number happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what else really helps out us and strokes our egos? When you like videos and comment on them. So why don't you go ahead and do that on this podcast too? That would make us all super freaking dang happy. Tag Johnny Frank. Let him know that we think he's a swole and beautiful man who is an absolute musical genius, and he is the 8th wonder of the world in my eyes.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I can
Let
see
him
it.
know.
In one of the shittiest years of our lifetime, he has come out with an incredible album. And
Yes.
I feel like 2020 has been an incredible year for music. Like altogether.
It really has. As shitty of a year as it's been in general, it's been a fucking insanely good year for music. And we're gonna talk about that in January. We're gonna do our yearly recap of all the shit that came out over the
Our
year.
first
That's gonna
annual
be a doozy.
yearly recap.
Yeah, first annual yearly thingamajig. And we'll be celebrating our 1-year anniversary as a channel. So that'll be cool
Whoa.
too. Just a lot of shit happening in the world of the Talks a Lot Boys. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to be here for all of the shit coming out in the future. And just thank you, each and every one of you who have subscribed or who have even just watched this episode of our show. It means a lot to us. We really enjoy making this stuff, and we hope that you're enjoying it too. And that's the end for today. So we have been the Talks a Lot Boys, and we will talk a whole lot more next time. See you later. We did it. We did what the people wanted. We got an hour-long episode.